Hello Surya, hello Naya. This is a video on how to use the A and B 251 rootless voicings with all of me. So what I want to do is I want to go to each chord and figure out a cool rootless voicing to play with the left hand and then write it on my real book so that I don't have to keep looking at the A and B rootless voicings sheet over and over again. So I look and the very first chord is C6, and I'm already in trouble because on this handout there is not a single chord for C6, but there is C major 7, and that's in the second measure of the handout, and it says to play a C major 7 I should play E. And I know that's going to be a good voicing. Let me put this down so you can actually see. So the notes in that chord are E, A, D. E, G, A, D. And I know that's going to be a good voicing for C6 because it has the A in it, and that's the 6th of the chord. So I know that I can use that. So I'm going to circle the C major 7 here on the handout to remind myself that I'm using that. And then I'm going to write the notes in the real book from the bottom up. So you can see that I have written from the bottom up E, G, A, D, and nice, legible, but small capital letters. So I know that's going to be my voicing for the C6 chord. And that's what I'm going to play in measure 1 of all of me from here on out. Now, I have two options for my E7. The A voicing, which goes like this, or the B voicing, which is further down the page. But I noticed that in order to play the B voicing, I'm going to have to move my hand a lot, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and write circle the first voicing, this E7 voicing here, and then I'm going to write those notes on my real book: D, F sharp, G sharp, C sharp. And that's what I'm going to play in measure 3 of all of me every time I play it until I don't even have to think about it, until I get bored. Okay, so the next chord I need is an A7, that's in measure 5, and I look, and the A7 I get is gonna make, in the A voicings, is gonna make me move my hand a lot. So I'm actually gonna go to where it says B voicings, and in measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I see an A7 voicing that doesn't make me move my hand very much, and it goes C sharp, F sharp, G, B. Whew, that's a nice voicing. And it gives a pretty different sound than anything I've done so far. So I'm going to write for next to A7, C sharp, F sharp, G, C sharp in my real book. And then the next voicing I need is D minor 7. And I notice that from that C sharp where I was from the A7 voicing, the A voicing makes me move my hand a lot, and I don't want to move my hand very much. So I'm going to go to the very first B voicing and get this voicing. I call that the I feel pretty voicing because so I'm going to write in my real book next to the D minor 7, C, E, F sharp, or sorry, C, E, F, A. And that's going to be my D minor 7 voicing. So that's the process. I did the first 8 measures for you, and I want you to do the second 8 measures in the A section, and the first 8 measures of the B section. If this is hard for you, you should just copy what you did in the A section down, because the first 8 measures of the B section are the same as the first 8 measures of the B section. But things get a little trickier in the last 8 measures. That's the climax of the piece. So I'm going to do that with you right now. So I see F6 in the from the end 8 measures. F6. That's the 7th system from the top. And there is no F6. So I need to make a decision. And I think the decision I'm going to make is to go back to the A voicing. And I see in the 2nd system, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got an F major 7 voicing, and it goes. And just like the C6, the A voicings of the major 7 chords will work over 6th chords. You can't really see my hands that well, can you? All right, there we go. For the F6 chords, I'm going to write down A, C, D, G, and that's going to be my left hand voicing. And it's nice and high, too, which will work. Now, the next chord is F minor 6, and you noticed by now that this handout is organized by 2 5 1s. But this isn't a 2 5 1, it's a 4 followed by a 4 minor. So I'm just going to take that lowest note and move it down a half step. So my hand hardly moves at all, and it's pretty. And then the next one is C major 7, and this time I'm not going to use the A voicing, and I'm also not going to use the B voicing. I'm going to abandon my handout for a moment and just be like, I know how to voice a C major 7, and I know that I don't want to move my hand very much. So I'm going to start on the G and use the I feel pretty voicing again. G, B, C, E. And so I've got that written there. And the reason I really don't want to move my hand very much is because now the chords are starting to come fast. And I want to be simple, and it's okay to break the rules and play a root, even though the bass player should be playing the root. And so the next chord is E minor 7, flat 5, over B flat. So that means that there'll be a B flat in the bass, and then I need to play E flat minor 7, E minor 7 flat 5. Ugh, but I don't have to move my hand very much. I just go G, B flat, D, E. And it should have that gnarly sound to it. And then for the A7, I'm going to use the B voice. No. Did I not circle this? I did not circle this. It's in measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the A voicing, and it goes G, B, C. Yeah, I know why I didn't circle this, because that's not really one of these, it's not really the A voicing. The A voicing would go all the way up to F sharp. I kind of want to keep that E, because I've kept that E throughout. So that's why I wrote it down the way I did. I've broken the rules a little bit. And when you get these chords coming so fast like that, breaking the rules is not a bad idea. All right, so I'm almost done. I just have 4 measures left, and it should be clear that the next chord I make should not be an A voicing that starts on F. Should not be a B voicing that makes me go all the way down here. Should be a nice A voicing. The face voicing, because it goes F, A, C, E for the D minor 7. And then for the G7, the very next one. F, A, B, E. And then I can continue with my A voicings. So for C6, I'm going to play E, G, A, D. And now I get to a chord that I might not even know, and it's E flat circle 7. What the heck is that? That's E flat diminished 7. this one right here. And that only has 4 notes in it. So I'm gonna, I'm just gonna play 3 of them. I'm just gonna go up to the F sharp and play F sharp A C. If you're really versatile, you can go ahead and add the E flat on top. That's fine. And then from there, I'm gonna go to my D minor 7 voicing. And then my G7 voicing. So for that 2/5, the D minor 7 is F, A, C, E, and the G7 is F, A, B, E. Now, that's the easy part. You know how to write capital letters onto a page. Now you have to practice it and really spend some time going, okay, now I need to move. And get your hand used to going from that C6 to that E7. This will pay off. This will elevate you from sounding like you're a really good member of a 9th grade jazz band to, oh, yeah, that's a jazz pianist. Thanks so much.